Hello, beloveds. So there's a lot going on. I'm sure you're noticing. These eclipses have brought in basically a very strong shift that is bringing us into a new galactic timeline. So I used to study the Mayan calendar. I used to do birth charts and all of that, but long before I got deeper into shamanic healing, Asian medicine, and Akashic records. I talk about it a little bit in my book, how I was taught this, and it's coming again to the surface as we are now stepping into a huge galactic shift point, into a new cycle. And the Mayans have really tracked this and shown this with their calendars, and I won't get into it too much on the details, but we're going into a new cycle, and the cycle is, each of the cycles has a color and a tone and a glyph, a symbolic glyph, which you can look more of this up online if you're interested in learning about it. But we are switching into the white magnetic wizard, and it is a new galactic year. So there's been a lot of things that are ending, things that are being slammed to the surface so that you can see if it's serving you or not, and quickly let go of it so that the new can come in. I've been seeing angel numbers everywhere. I mean, it's just to a huge amount. And when this starts happening, I know that there's a major transformation going on, and that I just really need to be more aware and dialed in. So I wanted to share this message with you in case you too are experiencing this. And I get a lot of messages, and sometimes even I don't know until it is time. And I was guided to do this retreat in Shasta starting July 31st, which is actually just with this new moon kicking into this new cycle on the calendar. July 5th is kind of the pause, the day before switching into this new cycle. And we switch into the new cycle on the 26th, and then the new moon is really bringing in all this new that's coming through. And so there's going to be a lot of new downloads, new templates. For the last eclipse, I brought in the new blueprints, right? And so this is really going to basically be showing those blueprints more clearly, right? We've received it, and now it's going to start to unpack, and we're going to get more details, receive more downloads for this as well. And so this is part of the reason that we were being called to go to Shasta. And this is part of what we will be receiving. I am being told this and realizing this. So this is quite a blessing to be able to be up there during this great transformational time as we step into this new galactic cycle. So I want to encourage everybody to really give themselves some time to look at what new things are coming in, old things that are really not serving you anymore and showing you that they're not serving you. Anything that has been maybe kind of explosive and come up because of the Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. This is just part of the purging process, purging what doesn't need to be there to kick you onto this new path. And the details of that can be a little bit muddied. I know some of that hasn't been totally clear for myself, right? Because we're all acting as catalysts for each other, right? And so if people are acting in their free will and not from a place of soul alignment, we can then become catalysts for those people. And through becoming catalysts for those people, we are actually further pushed onto our lightworker path, right? And so at least that's what's been happening for me. And if you are on the lightworker path, you may have noticed a lot of that happening for you, that people come into our lives so that we can interact with them in a way that accelerates us on our path. And when we go through these intensive trainings of all the astrological and timeline changes, this can bring in a upsurge of these events going on. And so it can make things rocky, bumpy, kind of confusing. So it really is a good time to be checking in. So if you don't have my book, Akashic Enlightenment, I recommend that you get it and check in with your Akashic Enlightenment. This is a really good time to be aligning with your soul self, seeing what you need to let go of, and allowing yourself to bring in these new energies as best you can. Again, there is the light language that I did for the new moon eclipse and the full moon eclipse, the solar eclipse that happened around the new moon earlier on July 2nd, and then the eclipse that happened on July 16th, which it finally feels like that has passed. We are now going into Leo season. So the messages and downloads for that have been received, and we're moving into the next phase as we prepare to go into this new galactic year. So it is an exciting time. I hope that you are enjoying the benefits and seeing the messages and seeing how you are being accelerated onto the next phase of your life. And if you need any clarity, I am here to do personal sessions to help you get that clarity. And if you are kind of like a self-learner, self-teacher person, and you're good at doing that for yourself, then by all means get the Akashic Enlightenment book and open your own Akashic Enlightenment and start checking in that way. And if you feel like being with a group, there is a little space left on the Mount Shasta retreat. So any of you feeling called to join to enter the new galactic year or new galactic cycle that we're coming into as part of this Age of Aquarius, this higher ascension paradigm that we're coming into, balancing the yin and the yang, bringing in more of this yin feminine, similar to Lemuria or pre-Atlantis before it fell, to becoming, I guess you could say, more competitive or aggressive, right? And so now we're going back to bringing more harmony into those two worlds, coming more to this center point that really brings our collective to a higher consciousness. So if you're really feeling called to do some deeper work with that, then the Shasta retreat is there for you. And I hope that you are enjoying your journey. I will place the links for all of these things in the description box below. Many of you on this channel are already familiar with the work I do, and you know to look below. If you're new to all of this, welcome. You're joining the ride at an interesting time, and there are a lot of new folks that are going to be coming in with this new galactic cycle, right? This is what 2020 is really going to be about. It's a super acceleration, which you can probably see in things going on the planet and in our culture. A lot of things that are not in the light are having the light shown upon them. And Mother Earth is also going through her growing and expansion. So we are definitely all in this together. And the single best thing we can each do is align with our highest and truest soul self. When we align with ourselves, everything else shifts around us, right? And it gives others around us the permission to shift into who they truly are and to release the misalignments and patterns that they are maybe unconsciously living in. So if you're new to this whole ascension process, welcome. It is a big step that we are all in right now, and I wish you all well on your journey, and I hope you're enjoying it. This is why we all came here. So many blessings, much love, and I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.